Okay, we're doing an example from 9.2 on how to solve a differential equation. And you need to know two main formulas. First, the standard form for differential equation, which is this dy dx plus p of x y equals q of x, and then this v of x term, which is e to the integral of p to the x d to the x dx. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first rearrange this, the equation I was given, into form to look like this. This is always your first step, is to rewrite it. I'm going to put these here. So first, rewrite. So that should be your very first step each time you start one of these. So I need the dy dx, or the y prime, on this side. So I'm going to leave this here. And I need the y term. So this term here, so I'm going to move that over, and then everything else gets left on the other side. That's our q of x. Now I need this alone, so I'm going to divide everything by 8. So what I have is I have y prime, or dy dx, minus 1/8 y equals 3/8 e to the x divided by 8. Okay? Now my second step is to find v of x. So v of x, I'm going to do v of x over here because it's kind of a sideline here that I'm going to need in a second and back in my regular formula. The integral of p of x, well, p of x is right here. Remember, I'm looking at this. P of x is whatever's in front of y, and in this case this is just negative, make sure to take the sign, negative 1/8, so dx. So this becomes, if I take the integral, this is e, this just adds an x, so this is negative x 8. So that's all there is to this. So this, all I did was take the integral of this, which is a nice simple integral. You just added the x, and everything else went away. So this is my v of x. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both sides of this, and I'm going to times by v of x. And I probably shouldn't have put this right here. That's okay. So I'm going to times both of the sides by v of x, which in this case is negative x to the 8th, e x to the 8th. Okay, now on this side, this huge mess, what this v of x does is it transforms this, and this works every time. You can look at your book for a proof if you don't believe me. I also talk about it in the notes. It becomes this, the v of x term times y, and it's the derivative of this. In essence, we kind of went backwards and took the integral to get out of this mess. So this is what you have left. It works every time. As I said, you can go read the book to see a proof of it if you need to know how it works, and I totally understand that. Or you can just realize it's calculus magic that someone spent hours probably dreaming up. I don't know how they figured it out. And that they know, and just use it. Now over here, the nice thing is these two terms are going to cancel out. This is x to the 8th, and this is negative x to the 8th. So this is really e x to the 8th over e x to the 8th. So these cancel out, and we're left with just 3/8 on this side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, and I'm going to put 4 over here, is we're going to take the integral, because I need to get rid of this d dx. So I'm going to take the integral of both sides, because of course I have to do the same thing to each side. In this case I times by the e of x, and it gave me this. That, happened because of calculus. As I said, it's all proved in the book. Someone took years and years to figure it out. But you're more than welcome to go through the steps. In essence, we're just kind of going backwards, and we're taking the integral to simplify this. And now here, we're going to do that again. We've simplified down. Now we can just come down over here. E x divided by 8y. And this here is 3/8 x plus c. So nice and easy. Don't forget the c, though. The book will scream and cry if you forget the c, because of course we could have any constant here. Now we want to solve for y, so all we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by e of this negative x to the 8th. And this then is divided by e to x to the 8th, so I can actually just bring up the top as x to the 8th positive times 3/8 x plus c. And this is our solved equation. So what was, let's see here, I took the integral, and then the last step is just solve for y. So you can see, as long as you know these two formulas and you understand how that this trick will work, this isn't that hard a process, but you got to remember to do that v of x. If you forget the v of x, it's going to be quite the mess you're working with. So I have e to the x divided by 8. Then I have, let's see here, 3/8 x plus c, parentheses, check our answer. So you can see that once you realize what the trick is, that v of x, this isn't that hard of a process.